Believing in better is a mindset to pursue excellence in everything you do. It's welcoming opportunities to improve your farm and knowing that your best season is simply a starting point for this season. Precision planting is for farmers like you who believe in better.
Sprayers are heading to Indiana. I'm gonna take the spray trailer over for them so they can get loaded up over there. We got a half-inch of rain. When was that? Saturday? So we've been out of the field spraying and working ground. We'll get back to spraying today. What did we do yesterday? We had a couple of meetings yesterday. That beeping you hear is the air. It's not aired up yet. Had a couple meetings yesterday, did a little work around the new bin site. Probably do some more of that after I get this over there. So, back to spraying. We want to do that before it freezes. Chemicals don't work good when it freezes. So, and I think there's supposed to be a first freeze later this week sometime. I guess it might have happened once earlier this year, but just one night. So. Hopefully they can get all the stuff we got planned to spray over in Indiana before it gets froze, or before it freezes. I know we covered this a lot, but we got a lot of new people to the channel, so we'll cover it again. You're ready to head over the Wabash River in St. Francisville, Illinois. We do that here at a toll bridge. If you ever find yourself in the area, it's kind of a cool thing to check out. It's an old railroad bridge. Hasn't been used for a railroad since, I don't know, way before my time. It used to spin to let barge traffic, or to let river traffic through, and that's been done a long time ago. But it's one lane. There's no lights or anything. You just gotta use your depth perception, see if somebody's on there or not. You're supposed to have your lights on when you're on the bridge and off when you're not, but it's pretty hit or miss if people do that. Let's do a little ride across it. So yeah, there's actually 3 bridges to get across there, I guess. 2 one lanes and one that you can meet people on. We can take quad tracks across it. Of course, bareback, nothing on them. We got tillage tools on both sides, stuff like that. I think got about that much room on each side, so you can't look to the side because you can't see it anyway. So you just gotta look in the middle and keep her centered. If you want to see a pretty good video we did with Travis's first time driving a quad track across, it's pretty funny. Check that out. That one's called Cannonball Corn Cans. I'll have a link right here for those watching on their phone, and also be a link in the description. But handy bridge for us, that's for sure. And yes, it does get inspected once a year. Keeps up to date, and it is rated for 80,000 pounds. I think those are all the most common questions we get about when we put in a video. Now, to the sprayers. All right, we're all hooked up and ready for them. We got this cool little thing here that shuts off, a valve that shuts off and on with a float in the top. Gets full, shuts it off. Not full, opens back up and fills it up, so somebody don't have to be here. Right?
One less guy.
One less guy.
Tried to let River do it.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out a way to let go of him. Out of one truck and into another. Brought the Blue Pete over here, the A to Z truck service, and got her aligned. So picking her up and taking her home. Back across the bridge. Stopping into our local polling place to go vote. Back run tillage. I got the sulfur out here, and Dad just got to fill with the case. Gonna work up some of this really thick ground we got down here, bean stubble. This is going through it no problem. We'll see how his does. Took it out just a little bit. I think it's doing a pretty good job. It's rated to 14 miles an hour, so we're doing 14 miles an hour. Testing. See how she holds up while we got her. Do a beautiful job behind it, I think. Another day, another fun little test. Our neighbors up there, Johnson Farms, good farmers, dear guys, they brought their tool over that I don't remember the number of, but it also has the adjusted gangs, but their whole gang's not a single disc. I have to go every other 80 feet, and so we're gonna have 40 foot of deer, 40 foot of sulfur, 40 foot of case. Back to just the two of us. Switched over, back to chewing up some stalks. Both of them been doing a real good job today. Heading down the river bottoms, pretty close to the Wabash Cannonball Bridge. It's pretty nice. We're getting good tests here, running both of them every field. This is a really sandy ground down here. Always trying to learn something. Trying to learn some tillage.
Well, we got 3 guys doing tillage. Reese, Dennis, and David. And 2 are spraying, Jay and Garrett. I'm here at the shop, not doing much. I'm going to a Veterans Day thing today. And got to get a car looked at, an old antique Chevelle. See what River's doing. Where you at, River? I think he's disappeared. He's supposed to be cleaning up the truck somewhere. River! Huh. What do you think of that? Okay, we got in there and went to sleep. Don't know where he went. He's cleaning out semis though. He's doing something else right this minute, of course. Jay's got his part. Had a crack in the pipe here. He welded that up. Needed some new gaskets there here now. I'm sure he'll get that together pretty soon. And this one has the 579 Pete. Has a crack here in this plastic tank right there. And we tried to JB weld it, but had a little trouble holding that. So we're just putting a new tank on. It's cracked all over the place. I don't know what's happened to it, but we'll get that changed. Dogs are checking, make sure I'm not leaving them behind. So that's update for now.
Well, we're running our case speed tiller. We've been running it the last several days. The last 3 days we've been running strips with the sulfur beside it. Seeing what looks the best, and both look mighty good. Guy here yesterday, more than one from Case, talked about speed tillers. And if any of you's had trouble getting through loose dirt, I don't know, we never did do this because it's said to run the baskets and float, but we started running just a little pressure on the baskets. So if you get in loose soils, like sand spots, that back blades won't sink then. So we just put them in neutral with just a little pressure on them, and that has really helped the situation, balling up the back and loose dirt. That eliminated it. So something pretty simple was a big fix. Getting along really good with it now. It's doing a great job. Great job. Just running over there with these Salford beside me. Salford. I feel like I'm doing twice as much as he is. Probably am since he's twice as wide. Down by the river. This is some dirt we don't work up pretty low too often, but I kind of like to work it light, work some of this bean stubble in the ground to keep it for when it does flood, and this is low enough that if it don't flood before we plant it, it'll be very, very unusual. So anyway, it holds some of that stuff and a lot of your fertilizer left in there, of course. Keeps it washing up in piles, washing away. Put a little light, we put some fertilizer on it this fall, so now we're working it in, and some of this residue real light to hold it in the ground. It's working excellent. It's damp, but it's not too damp. For what is the 9th, 10th, something like that of November. Pretty good shape. Yeah, I wish we could turn around and it was April and start planting this. So good right now today.
Well, I found the River. He was not in there cleaning out the truck like I thought he was. What are you doing, River?
Cleaning out floor mats.
Oh, were they dirty?
They're not too bad. Not as bad as Reese's.
Oh, Reese's was worse?
Way worse.
Way worse, okay.
Dirty
Having
guy.
trouble getting the washer going?
No, I just had to put some diesel in there.
Yeah, it does run out of stuff. All right.
Me too.
Well, good luck.
Oh, thanks. Filling up. Getting ready to head to Indiana. I'll go work ground with the speed tiller. We're gonna have both of them over there because we're all done working ground over in Illinois, except for 40 acres. Dad's gonna take the Salford Halo VRT for a spin, see what he thinks of it. I was really a fan of it. If you want, we'll go more depth on that on a Salford demo only video, which will be out sometime. Not making any promises because I'm not for sure. Yeah, so I'm gonna head over and do that. I want to make sure to tell everyone happy Veterans Day. Thanks to all you that have served or are currently serving. And a message from my uncle Scott James, who lives up in South Haven, Michigan, who's also a veteran of the Navy, that anyone who ever stops by there is always welcome at South Haven, Michigan at Legion Post 49. Here you see a great view of the Black River where it flows past the Legion into the Lake Michigan. So, in the area, stop by, check it out. You might see him sometime, Scott James. There's Garrett spraying, or attempting to anyways. Got cloak chemical, which is the residual we're using on stuff that'll be beans next year. Guess it has a problem plugging up the tips, so I've been fighting that a lot lately. It's good once it hits the ground, you just gotta get there.
Well, it's Friday. I ain't been on the camera much because I've been busy. I've been trying to, me and Garrett's been doing some spraying, a little bit of all over. Went up north to Robinson, did some spraying, Flat Rock. We got all the bean ground for next year sprayed in Indiana, and now we're heading back. Well, when the sprayer gets fixed, I'll be heading back to the home farm to do some spraying there with Garrett. So that's what I've been up to. Now I'm taking a tractor and the disc over to Indiana so it can be working some bean stubble, and if they ain't got the sprayer fixed yet, I'm gonna start working ground. If you ever have a problem with low fuel rail pressure on a Haggy, Now, it might not be the exact problem you're having, but we was having a problem with it was derating the sprayer, and it was throwing a low fuel air pressure code. It was going in the negative when you hooked it up to a computer. So on the bottom of the pickup tube, there's a screen, and it's not a very big screen. It's about the size of a pinky, the end of it. That's all that sucks the fuel up. Cut that thing off. Just cut it up by 1.5 inches. Your fuel filters that's why there's fuel filters on the side of the motor, to pick up any trash. But that little screen, it collapsed inside the tank and got sucked up in the tube. So I got that fixed, and it fixed the problem. So right now it's got a depth problem, but we'll get it lined out eventually.
This thing seems so big now. Working good though. In case guys, a little adjustment on how to run the baskets. Don't do it in flow. Just do it to where it barely touches the ground. That's really helped the plug-in issues. Doing a good job. Well, that's it for this evening. Go head up to Reagan's basketball game. I don't know why I didn't give you a shot how pretty it looked out there at work, but man, it just looks beautiful. There's a muck field back here, zip soil. It's the best I've ever seen that thing look. So I'm gonna head out of here, go to Reagan's game. I'm gonna head out of here, head to Reagan's game, come back over here and work some ground. It's really cooling off. It's really cooling off, and there's a chance of snow, maybe some rain. So I'll get up really early in the morning and finish the field I was on. Just have a little bit left, but you know, miss your game. Missed a lot of them this fall, but. I decided to come back after the game. I want to get this field finished. It's only going to take me about an hour. So at least be that much done in case it snows or rains overnight. So see you next week. Thanks for watching.